food safety, and the mini garden paradox. You know, even before I got my first cup of coffee poured this morning, my phone lit up with another food recall warning. They didn't say where it was grown. They didn't say how many people touched it. They didn't say how far it went. It was just warning, danger, danger. Well, today we're going to take a look at how you can take control of your own food safety just by growing a mini garden. Then the hardest work you're ever going to do is harvest. Now today is Saturday, and Saturday we go to you and we celebrate what's going on in your garden. And we got quite a few contributors that have taken control of their own food safety, and they're all in mini gardens of one type or another. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of our long-term contributors, Walter. Now Walter took a vacation down to Mexico, but his garden is no more than about 8 feet wide by about 10 feet deep. And with the use of trellises and containers, he's producing more food than he can eat. They put up a lot and they give away a lot. But when he came back from his vacation, look at the jungle Walter has. You can do this too. You can take control of your own food safety with a mini garden. Walter, your garden is just inspirational. I sure appreciate you sharing. Now let's see if there's something else we need to pick today. Oh, I got a green pepper right here. Now before you say, Waylon, all you're going to do is talk about the mixed deep mulch, I want to remind you, gardening is kind of like driving a car. How's that, you say? Well, no matter what you do with your car, you got to have gas in it, unless you have one of them fancy electric ones. But regardless, you got to have the energy to make your car go, just like you have to have the energy to make your plants grow. And in your garden, you can add a bunch of fertilizer, you can add a bunch of chemicals, but then you're not safe. If you're organic, the mixed deep mulch is the way to go. And you don't have to have a big area. Larry and Michelle's garden, they've had an urban environment, and they're using blueberries as a border. Just look at their production. And their containers are producing enough food they're able to share and save some for the winter. Larry, Michelle, your garden is awesome. Now we control what we can. The weather is not one of those things, and each one of us faces that in their own way. We've got contributors that have some tree problems. Mary in Texas got some sunflowers at about 12 feet tall in her small garden. Doesn't take a lot of area, but then when you get a tree that comes down, knocks your fence down, something you can't control. Mary, thank you for sharing. Barbie, up in Zone 4 in Minnesota, got a small area. First 2 hills of potatoes came in. Check this out. Squash, and the eggplants are producing nicely. Barbie, thank you for sharing the hardest work you ever do in the garden, and that's harvest. This year we've got beans gone wild. They're up here in the amaranth. Keep telling you, the hardest work you ever do in a mixed deep mulch garden, especially if you let it turn into chaos, is harvest. And they're hidden down in here. We got tons of flowers on here, so I'm expecting a lot more. But we've been pulling off a pretty good mess every day. And I do need to come out here and start cutting amaranth heads, get those drying and start saving some of these seeds. The more variety of flowers you have in your garden, the more helpers you're going to have. And we got little beans coming on everywhere, and these are on volunteers. I was told I don't promote myself enough. I just thought folks might be interested in what I learned in the garden. If it can help you grow more food, that's all I was concerned about. I did write a couple books, and if you wanted to help me out and you wanted to pick up a copy, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. If you wanted to buy me a cup of coffee, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. But I would appreciate it if you hit that like button. It does help way more than you think. And if you'd share this around, anybody that might want to learn how to garden, this is not AI slop. This is my garden. You can see the holes in the leaves. if I was going to use AI, I'd make myself much prettier than I am. Sorry about that. But I do appreciate you coming out to the garden and spending a little time with me. So let's take a look at a couple more of our contributors. Art's not only showing what you can do in a small garden, he's showing you can actually grow bananas in Oklahoma. I know you've had some weather and it took most of them out, but this is amazing. Art, we want to see what that looks like, and you got to tell us how that tastes. And as far as the helpers coming to the garden, just look at how beautiful that finch is on your sunflower. And you don't need a large area to produce a lot of food. And by growing it yourself in a deep mix mulch, you know what's in that food. We don't have any fertilizer, we don't have any chemicals. We've taken complete control of our own food safety. You can do this too. Check out what Bruce is doing. In his small area, his food forest, his moringa, he's using as a hedge. And that's a superfood. You can eat the entire plant. But in amongst that, he's got containers. So there's always a way to grow. So anybody that tells you there's not a way to grow, they're just fooling you. There's always a way to grow. Put a seed in the dirt, see what you get. You can do this too. Our contributors are absolutely fantastic, and I invite you to become a member. There's no obligation, it doesn't cost anything. We're just a loose-knit group of people that like to get our hands dirty, grow things that taste great. You can do this too. And to take control of your own food safety, just start a mini garden. It can be any size. Corner of your yard with a little bit mixed deep mulch, a container on the windowsill, a bucket on the patio with the sweet potato slip. You'd be amazed at what you're gonna get. Danger, danger, danger. I can't believe before I had my first cup of coffee this morning, phone lit up, there's another food recall. I don't know exactly what's going on. Don't know where it was grown, don't know where it traveled, how many hands touched it, don't know how long it took to get to the table. But all I know is in a mini garden, you can control the chaos. Look at that, we got basil, we got a volunteer tomato, and I'm just letting this one vine out. It's growing across the ground. I probably should trellis it, but we got plantain in here. We got a little bit of everything going. The okra over there. Looks chaotic, but it's full of food, and it's the safest salad you'll ever grow. And today is Saturday, and you know what that means. We go to you and we celebrate what's going on in your garden. And we've got a bunch of contributors that have taken control and are growing the safest salad you can grow in their own small mini gardens. And for all things mulch, hit that link right there, and I'll meet you back in the garden. For all about the life in the soil, hit that link right there, and I'll meet you back in the garden. And until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you.